I welcome class 6 students to this computer chapter. This is class 6, subject is computer and chapter title is e-commerce, blogging and podcasting. In this chapter we will study about e-commerce, we will study about e-shopping, modes of online payment, e-banking, e-ticketing, blogging, web feed and podcasting. So students, let us start the chapter, and I would request you to please follow the mouse cursor which is painted in color. So let us start the first topic. What is e-commerce? E-commerce is a short form of electronic commerce, and it is a way of doing business with the help of internet. Now students, let us think that you want to purchase a pen or you want to purchase a pair of shoes. Now, if you want to get a pen or shoe, you will normally visit a store or shop. Now, after arriving the shop, you will think about the model and the cost, and then you will look at 5 or 6 model and then choose your pen and pay the price. Now, it actually takes time, and if market is not nearby, then it is not always convenient. Furthermore, everything is not available in every store and every item is not available in the every city. So with the evolution of technology, we considered accepting the help of internet. So we go to some internet site and purchase our thing. Now, e-commerce refers to buying and selling of goods and services or transmitting fund or data through electronic internet medium. Company have created many type of websites to advertise their products and services. You know about Flipkart, Amazon. They are some shopping sites. Furthermore, every bank and merchant organization have also secured some internet related website to pay the payment. Now, customers have to visit the site. They will go to site and select their item. They will check the price, and using their card, debit card or credit card or by any other mean, they will pay the cost of the price. Now, there are different type of e-commerce available in the world. Let us see them one by one. Differentiation of e-commerce is done on the basis of their business. There are some businesses which engage to other business. There are some businesses we know that they engage one business and one customer. There are some business in which customer is able to sell something to a business, raw material. So let us start discussing the type of e-commerce business. In modern time, there are 4 types of e-commerce generally available. First is called B2B, B means business, business to business e-commerce. In this type of e-commerce, 2 companies are involved, in which one company is selling and other is purchasing the item. Now, take the example, a food manufacturer purchases flour, a retailer buying the end product from the food manufacturer. So this is the example of B2B. Second type of e-commerce is B2C, that is business to customer. This is most common type of e-commerce activity, in which a company creates a website and also lists its item over the website. There will be millions of customers who will visit the site and purchase their item, and they would also get more information regarding the item at that website. Now in this way, customer can select the item and they will also pay the price. Third is C2B, that is consumer to business. The C2B electronic commerce involve consumers selling products or services to a company. Like we are saying, a site called OLX. A customer or consumer posts his product with a search budget online, and there are many companies which review his requirement and the price and they bid for that. There are some freelancer.com or peopleperhour.com or canopy.com in which a customer post his requirement with the allotted money and company review the business and they will bid for that. Fourth is consumer to consumer, C2C. It involves e-commerce between consumer or many individual. The individual post his requirements regarding sales or services and other person will bid for that. They will talk to each other and if the process is materialized, then they will do the business. Let us see what are the advantages of e-commerce. Now, since e-commerce is available with the help of internet, there are many benefits. Now, e-commerce is available 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. It means internet is running and there is no need for opening a shop or visiting a shop. Customer can visit the store anytime with the internet and they will sell or purchase the product. Now, e-commerce also helps in making the process of finding and accessing the product relatively easy, because at every site you can see there are more than one available options and you can select which one is your choice. Third advantage, it provides more choice and ability to compare products from different brands on the basis of their price and quality. Suppose you want to purchase a pen, so you will visit a website and you can see there are hundreds of pens available and you have the option to select your pen among the many options available. Fourth benefit is buying and selling saves time. How it saves time? Because seller and purchaser do not need to visit the store. Customer can also read the comments and review before purchasing a product. It means, suppose a customer has taken a pen, he will write his review and comment, and second or third customer can read the review before purchasing the pen. Online service provider also lure their customer by providing them with deals and coupon. They will also give discount. It is easier to start a business as the setup investment and cost are relatively low. It means you are doing your business with internet, so there is no need to take up a shop or pay huge rent. Everything is managed electronically, so you do not need huge money. Now, there are some disadvantages involved with this e-commerce. First, it is not always secure to purchase things online. A customer should check about the integrity of a service provider before buying and making online payment, because you are not physically checking the product. You are seeing only photo. Second disadvantage, since customers are to make payment through their debit card or credit card, so they should be more vigilant and alert, because their information can be misused by tampering it. While e-commerce makes everything easily accessible, but still a customer hesitates to buy anything with internet, because we are so much habituated as per our shopping experience. We always think and try to feel or touch the thing before purchasing it. Now, constant access to internet is also required, because if you want to do anything over the internet, the speed is the main criteria. If speed is not good, then you cannot do shopping or e-commerce activity with internet. Second point is e-shopping. Internet offers us a very easy way to shop from our home or from office or from anywhere. If we have internet connection, we can buy or sell new as well as second-hand item with the process of e-shopping. Now, the shopping done with the help of internet is called e-shopping or online shopping. Some of the popular websites for e-shopping are Amazon.com, eBay, Flipkart, and many more. Let us see about one of the best site for e-shopping, that is called Amazon. Amazon is one of the largest online shopping website in the world, and it was founded on 5th July 1994 with its headquarters in Seattle, Washington DC. Amazon is an American e-commerce company, and this site is known for wide collection of many items. Now we can purchase anything from Amazon site because there are millions and billions of items available on the Amazon site, and we can also pay with internet through net banking, debit card or credit card, and cash on delivery facility is also available on Amazon. To make use of this Amazon site, how we can do it? Now steps are given below. First you have to open a browser and you have to go to Amazon site. Now different companies have different Amazon site. In India we go to Amazon.in. If you are living in Canada, that is Amazon.ca. If you are in Pakistan, then that is Amazon.pk. Now after going to this site, you can see the figure. We are on Amazon.in site. Now here is a search box. It means here you can type the name of your item. Here you have to type the name of your item and it will display many options for you. Now you have to select the desired product and check the detail, the key features, specification and the cost. Once you are satisfied with the product description, you have to click on buy now. If you click on buy now, you have to create a Amazon account. If you have a Amazon account, you have to link it with your email or mobile number. Now you have to also fill the delivery address and you have to click on continue. After that you have to click on place your order and you have to place your CAPTCHA code and you have to make payment. Now if you are opting for cash and delivery, you have to also choose that option, otherwise pay and your order is placed. Now you can see there are many other options available. Let us see the various modes of payments for online shopping. The payment that are made electronically for financial transaction is called electronic payment. These payments are made for e-ticketing, e-banking or e-shopping. Everything except the physical delivery of product can be done through electronic means. Customer can choose several ways to pay for their transaction. First option is net banking. Net banking is also known as online banking and it is available with the help of every bank. It enables the customer to conduct financial payment through internet by going to bank website. To make use of online facility, you have to get registered to that bank first, and in this way you can verify yourself for the payment. Second method is by debit card. A debit card is a plastic card, printed plastic card that can be used in place of cash when you are making purchase. When performing a transaction with a debit card, you are required to provide the card detail, that is name, that is expiry date, and 3 or 4 digit CVV number. Sometimes bank also send you OTP. After verification of OTP, your payment is done with the help of debit card if you have the money in your account. Next mode of payment is credit card. You can see, students, here we are shown Visa credit card. A credit card allows you to borrow money from your bank to make purchase. Now, when you make a payment via credit card, the bank pay the money to the seller, and you are getting roughly around 3 to 4 weeks to make the payment. If you not pay the bank, they will charge a penalty of interest. Next mode of payment is smart card. A smart card is also a plastic money card that resembles a debit card or credit card, but it processes a financial transaction in completely definite and different manner. It can be of two types, debit card or credit card. The cash from user's bank account is transferred to a smart card. Using a smart card, the user can do any type of online transaction, and the card also stores information regarding the customer on the black chip on the back side of the card. Visa card and MasterCard are a few popular smart cards. Indian RuPay card is also available now. We have American Express and Dinner Club also available. Next type of payment is digital middleman. Digital middleman is a company that gathers information regarding all the company that provide similar type of product or services, and it displays the information on their website. A middleman facilitates the interaction between parties for each transaction. It means there will be one buyer, there will be one seller, and now there is a middleman, and the middleman will link the buyer to the seller. Next is electronic wallet. Electronic wallet, that is called e-wallet, allows the user to make a transaction or online payment through computer or their mobile phone. An electronic wallet is linked to bank account where you can pay the money. Electronic wallet can be used as a prepaid account. It means you have to first deposit the money in the bank. Bank will link your electronic wallet with account, and you can spend that money. Now, it also stores user information regarding name, date of birth, card number, PIN, and shipping address. Be remember, if you have no money in your e-wallet or a digital wallet, you will not be able to make any payment. Next is payment service provider. Now they help e-commerce in accepting and processing or purchasing. Now there are different type of these payment providing company. You have to check this. Let me maximize the screen for your benefit so you can see this. Now this is PayPal. You can see here. Now we are on the track. So payment service provider are company that provide facility in accepting and processing the electronic payments. It basically provides a secure portal for transport or transfer of money. PayPal is a very famous company through which we can send or receive money in the world. Secure Pay or Fast Charge is also a few of them. Next is e-banking. Electronic banking is the way of performing nearly all the banking transactions using internet. A customer can do a number of things using e-banking. It means he can check his balance, he can make a fixed deposit, transfer money, or apply for loan, and he can do nearly everything. but there are a few services which cannot be done with e-banking facility. Now, how we can do the e-banking? First, you have to go to bank website. You have to register yourself to get username and password. After getting username and password, you have to do login, and after login, you can do the desired program or desired transaction of your choice. Next is electronic ticketing. E-ticketing means making a reservation or appointment for a services with the use of internet. Using internet, we can not only check the availability of seats in bus or train or aircraft, but we can also reserve the seats or rooms in hotel or in restaurant. For these services, we can check the description and charges. After going through all this, we can do our desired action. Indian Railway has their website irctc.co.in, which is widely used in the world for checking railway reservation. Welcome back, class 6 students. We have covered till e-banking and e-ticketing. So let us start this with a blog. Now, what is blog? A blog is an easy to create website that allows user to share their thought with the world. Blog is a short form of weblog. W-E-B-L-O-G. W-E-V blog means saying, because a blog consists of a signed and dated log of individual posting. Just students, there are many persons who used to write their diary. Similarly, blog is also a very good medium. The topic of a blog can be anything from personal to professional. A blog is what you make of things. Blog is an interactive activity where there is a writer. He starts writing the blog, and after blog writing is completed, user can comment after reviewing or reading it. So this is bi-directional traffic. Now let us see how to create a blog. You have to go to this site that is called www.blogger.com, and a site will open and you have to create your blog. You can see this figure. To create a blog, you must have your Gmail account. If you have your Gmail account, then it is okay. If you do not possess a Gmail account, then create it. If you have your Gmail ID, sign with your Gmail ID, then you will get a welcome sign, and now you have to click on create a limited blogger profile. You have to also type a display name in the text box so that everyone can see that name only. Real name will not be visible. This name will appear as your signature. Click on continue to blogger button and select new blog option. A dialog box will appear, and you have to give the title for that blog, and that title will appear on each and every page. Specify the address of your blog in the address text box, and you will get a web link there. Different template for your blogging is available. You can choose your desired template. When you complete your typing, your blog is ready, and it is a ready-made material. To add content to your blog, click on new post. A new window will appear, and in the post tab text box you have to write your message. After completing your everything typing, click on publish, and your blog is now ready for viewing. Now, if you want to do any change in your blogging or your text, you have to go to viewing and editing. Now click on view blog, to check your blog, and there is a pen icon that is called edit icon. If you click on that edit post, that will be available to you, and make necessary changes in the content and click on update. So you can create the blog, you can give title, and you can also update it. So this is very easy. Now you can also use setting tab to use and display the setting for your page. To change the appearance of your website or a blog, you can click on layout tab. You can add gadgets and add or modify the page elements to your blog. After making necessary changes, you can click on sign out, and you will be out of the site. To view your blog, type your website or blog address in the address bar of a browser, and then you will be able to see the blog. Students, let us see what is next in the menu. The next is actually web feed. Web feed is a data format used to keep the user abreast with frequently updated content of a website. It means there are many websites, there are many news, there are many blogs on each and every topic. Keep on updating their content on a regular basis is not using and not easy, and not not everyone can do that. Using web feed, you can view information and update from each side on a single page without going to multiple pages. A web feed usually consists of simple tiles briefly describing the updates to the topic or the website which you are inscribed. One of this way to subscribe a website, that is called RSS or a rich site summary. It allows you to access source of information, that is called feed. When you subscribe to them, you will get a feed which is often a headline in blue color and brief summary of all the articles regarding audio, video, sports, politics and everything. It will also give you one-line summary. If you are interested to get more detail regarding that topic, you have to click on that. So web feed keeps us updated regarding what is happening in the world. Last point of this topic is podcasting. Podcasting is made up of two words, that is pod and cast. Pod is for iPod and cast means broadcast. A podcast is a audio or video broadcast directly given on internet. We are seeing a web series. Web series are a sort of podcasting. It is similar to a radio or a television, as the medium of distribution is internet. So if you have any computer or any mobile phone or any iPod that has internet connection, you can view or you can listen to the podcast broadcasting. You have to subscribe to that podcasting station, and whenever they post something, you will get the news. This is similar to the YouTube. When I am creating this video or any other teacher is creating a video, I usually post dozens of video daily, and if you have subscribed to my channel, then you get the alert. Similarly, podcasting is the process of preparation or distribution of a podcast. The distributor of a podcast maintains a central list of audio video files on a server, and that is available to everyone in the world. A podcatcher is an application software that is installed and used by user to see the podcast list. You can install the podcatcher and easily access any audio or video that is updated by the loader on the server. You can also check these some of the few popular podcast stations, that is www.buzzsprout.com or www.soundcloud.com. Podbean.com or Podomatic.com is also very popular. So students, you can see we have completed the chapter. This chapter was a very popular chapter, and as you can see, every question I have done for you, every fill the blanks, true, false and long answer questions, everything is done for you. I have done everything for you. So write your questions. I will come back with another session, another video. Till then, revise this.